Hey guys, your boy Mark back on the video. WWE Survivor Series 2025 War Games just got up the air. I did my predictions video just 16 hours ago. I've since shaved. Can you tell that I've since shaved, had a shower as you can see. So yeah, this was just 16 hours ago posted. So you know that that was for real. I don't even remember what the hell I predicted on that video besides John retaining, which, yeah. Far out, the final ever pay-per-view premium live event of the greatest of all time, John Cena. Wowee. Just 2 weeks until the end. That has to be, of course I'll review the show in the matches order that they actually happened, but that has to be the most complete wrestling career of all time. Honestly. Let's see what that says. John Cena, 2 weeks. Yeah, it stings. It stings a lot, man, but he did everything. Like, literally at the last second, he finally got the Grand Slam. Even though he lost it straight away, he still won the Grand Slam. And I'll always be happy it happened. John Cena is in a whole class of his own on GOATness. You know who's not a Grand Slam champion? Bruno Sammartino, not a Grand Slam champion. The Rock, not a Grand Slam champion. Hulk Hogan, not a Grand Slam champion. Stone Cold, not a Grand Slam champion. Ric Flair, not a Grand Slam champion. Bret Hart, not a Grand Slam champion. Randy Savage, not a Grand Slam champion. The greatest of all goddamn time, Jonathan Felix Anthony C. Nation II Jr. And I think my phone's gonna die before I... well, this phone, not the one I'm using. I'm actually charging it at the same time. But, yeah, 2 more weeks, 1 more match, presumably against Gunther. Hopefully a banger. Win or lose. What a ride. I don't know if anyone will ever match that. And I don't want anyone to, except myself, obviously. Let's just watch this phone die on this other phone. Hey. Yeah, that's still my plaster from last night. Because I have since had a shower. So obviously that naturally was wearing off. But, it's on 1% now. Let's watch it die. This phone. And I'll review the show right now. We open up with the Women's War Games match. I was actually still in the shower when the entrances began. And Asuka and Charlotte had just made it to the ring. So I only missed the entrances for the Women's War Games. There was probably a opening package thing as well. Obviously, I would have missed that. I heard that there was a America the Beautiful national anthem thing as well on the show. I would have missed that. I didn't even know if it was the main show on the main show or the pre-show, the kickoff show. And, yeah, good stuff. I really enjoyed what Asuka and Charlotte did. The only thing that I think I'm going to be able to realistically recall from this match, really, is Io, of course, doing her trash can spot. It's always a cool spot, even if we know she's going to do it every single year. It's an awesome spot, I think. You know, it's always awesome to see. Even my Uncle Poppy, he was like, "Oh, what a dumb match!" When he was he wasn't really watching. He was kind of just in the background while I put it on. So he did the trash can thing. How did the match end? And then Becky was trying to escape. And then, I think there was a Riptide on there. Yes, Rhea Ripley, who, by the way, dressed as Art the Clown from Terrifier. Not all over, kind of like a half mask type of thing. She did the Riptide on Becky Lynch. Then AJ Lee put Becky Lynch in the Black Widow. Was that what it's called? Her submission move? And Becky taps out. So, and according to Wikipedia, that match was 41 minutes long. Holy shiznit. I enjoyed it for what it was. I know I'm only going to remember the last few minutes, but I was finding myself quite enjoying it. You know, it was like a solid enjoyment factor, you know what I mean? This thing has been at 1% for ages. And, match number 2. The final PLE match of the GOAT, John Cena. John Cena defending the Intercontinental Championship against Dirty Dominic Mysterio. I loved it. What a match. I absolutely loved it. The endings put me in a sour mood, though. I think I might have said this in a previous video. I can't remember if I did or not. But I was like, far out. At, what freaking show was it called? I don't remember. I think it might have been the Raw from the whatchamacallit, the Madison Square Garden episode, just recently. Where I was like, you know what? I think that might have been the final win of John Cena's career. He could win one more. But considering his rumored opponent in 2 weeks is Gunther, I don't know how likely that is. This was a fun-ass match. I had so much fun watching this match. Right off the bat, Dom tried to do like a Hurricanrana off the, and I love that they fought all over the ring too. Like the whole 2 sides part ring thing. That was awesome. Dom did like a Hurricanrana jump off the barricade thing to John. And looked like he got injured. Powerbomb type thing. Powerbomb on his neck. Freaking Roxanne Hogan. Freaking Raquel Hogan get involved. Pop rocks on John. Pop rocks on John. And then the choke slam thing that Raquel does. Dom gets back in. Does the 619 and the frog splash. But the referee is like, hey, I know you faked that injury, you mother, you know. And then it was like, why isn't this thing dying? Holy shit. And then he's like, what was I going to say? Can't remember. Far out. And he's like, no, I'm not counting the pin. And then JD McDonough, Finn Balor get involved. They get wasted. JD, I think, gets blocked his diving move. Then Finn Balor gets dodged trying to do his coup de grace. Then John has them both in the corner. AA has them both at the same time. That was so dope. And then they fought a bunch more. Then Liv Morgan comes out. And by the way, it was a fun as hell match. It was so much fun. I'll say that. It was way better in terms of fun than their, well, except for the ending, obviously, than their Raw match. John Cena. What was I saying? Yeah, Liv kind of did a pretend slap to Dom, like he was screwing him over. Then she jumps on John to kind of give him a hug, and then she does a really crappy knockoff of that kind of like stone face that John did at Elimination Chamber this year. Then kicks him in the nuts, 619 frog splash, new Intercontinental Champion. Why? We just had a freaking 500-day long reign from Dom. Why we need to see that again? And at least John won the championship, obviously. But that's nothing anyone can take away from the Nation. Grand Slam champion. What a lot of wrestlers, but so many all-time greats have not accomplished. And that includes so many other previous faces. And what else? Thank you, John. You guys seen The Irishman from Martin Scorsese? I wish I'd reviewed that back in 2019, but the Scorsese's Marvel comments pissed me off. I wish I had gotten over that, and then just reviewed it still back then. I didn't even watch it till 2021, but anyway. The final 30 minutes of The Irishman was kind of like this is the end, we're getting ready for the end type of thing. That was like the last 30 minutes of that movie, The Irishman. And it was like, this match, starting with this match, and of course, John's final match in 2 weeks, which, the more I think about it, it was making me sad. Again, it's John Cena's final match in 2 weeks. Fucking hell. What was I talking about again? Is this thing even gonna die? It's like the last 30 minutes of The Irishman, where it was like, this is the end. That's what this match, especially once it ended, and what I've no doubt, and maybe something will happen that his last match in 2 weeks, that'll feel like those two alone will feel like the last 30 minutes of The Irishman. I don't know if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I hope, it's a long movie, but it's amazing. What a career, man. Far out. The most complete career that there's ever been. What did you say? I don't want it to end. I've said this for at least 5 years already. John's been teasing the end of his career for years, man. But like 2020, that was when I started saying to some friends, that part from Black Panther, when T'Challa says to his father, "I am not ready to be without you." I feel like that. I also feel like that part from Terminator 2, when John Connor says to Terminator, the T-1000, "I order you not to go. And I'm not gonna lie, some friends and family members actually laughed at me for that. I don't think they're laughing at me, probably laughing with me, but I was for real about that. Dead serious. You know. I bet you as soon as if I just toss this thing, it's gonna. I just maxed out the brightness for it to die quicker. A little bit quicker, I guess. So what do you think? Last 30 minutes of The Irishman. It's like that complete end feeling. I couldn't really concentrate on the the next two matches after this, which were the final two matches. But Stephanie Vaquer, she did the Devil's Kiss to Nikki, and Nikki looked so unbelievably hot. Holy crap. But she did the Devil's Kiss to Nikki on the table, on the announce table. That was crazy. And it seemed to be a generic match, honestly. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but it was like I said, very hard to focus after the John Cena stuff. And that was forever ago since Crown Jewel. Why does it feel so longer ago? Far out. Stephanie retained the Women's World Championship. Then we go into the main event, Men's War Games. Braun Breaker did some cool stuff in this. Actually, he did like a Hurricanrana thing, flip back thing on the corner to someone. Can't remember who. But the last stretch of this match, once Brock Lesnar came in, and even I was like, oh, pissed off Brock. I'm like, it got exciting again when Brock came in. This thing isn't gonna freaking power out on video, is it? I don't know how this thing at 1% has stayed on this freaking long. Far out. What am I trying to say? But yeah, when Brock came in, started tearing shit up. F5 suplexes, destroying everyone in sight. Then Roman Reigns comes in. Brock Lesnar, before Roman got to the ring, he went outside the steel cage. He didn't forfeit for his team. Then him and Roman fought for a bit. Brock F5'd Roman through the freaking thing. One of the announce tables. Then I think CM Punk did the GTS to Brock. Then Cody did the Crossroads to Brock. And then they're going to get the pin. And then Logan knocks him out. Logan Paul gets his brass knucks. Tries to knock some people out. Then Roman Reigns spears Logan Paul. Gets the brass knucks from Logan Paul. Superman punches with the brass knucks a bunch of people. That Roman's about to either Superman punch or spear Brock through the table that's in the ring. But then Brock lifts up Jey Uso for an F5. This would be at least the second F5 to Jey. And then Roman spears Brock through the table. And it's just gloriousness, man. It's CM Punk and Braun Breaker going at it. You had a mystery masked man, a guy who they never revealed in this pay-per-view. Very, very sure it's Seth Rollins. And then stomped on CM Punk Then CM Punk gets speared by Braun Breaker. 1, 2, 3. Then it looks like there's going to be a handshake type thing with Cody and Roman afterwards. There's not. But yeah, I hate this. I hate these moments in life, man, when your favorite retires. I could handle Batista retiring. I could just handle Undertaker retiring. I could handle someone else retiring. But John Cena's different. He's my GOAT. He's the GOAT. And I don't know how I can live without him. So I'm thinking either Saturday night's main event or the Royal Rumble will be my final wrestling review, to be honest. Maybe those are my last two ever. Maybe, probably WrestleMania, unless I make it there myself. Because I'm a big dreamer, man. I did cry, by the way. But this fucking camera, man. It didn't catch it on video. I was trying to, when I was talking about. Anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. Peace out. Thank you, John Cena. 1 to go. Irishman style, baby. I don't really say baby that much. It feels weird. All right, see you guys.